Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good.
So,
Refreshed and renewed.
refreshed and renewed. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. So,
yeah.
we are on the line with Monique, and this is one of the young ladies that is a part of her story. And she's one of the authors, contributors, and she's going to be here with us today to let us know a little bit about her story, but not a lot because we want everybody to buy the book. So, Monique, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself and your story without giving all of it away?
Okay. I'll try to keep a little bit, keep it to a little bit. I won't give out too much. But yes, as Bev said, I am Monique Mormon, and I am part of her story. And my chapter is Hoarding Made Easy, No Quick Fix. So just
Mm.
think about it, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know, we have all these things that accumulate for years and years, stuff that, we buy, stuff that we keep because we know we need it for records and then just put on top of that devastation from a lost loved one,
Mm.
devastation from a failed relationship, devastation from just not feeling like you have lived your life in your dreams in the way that you want it. And
Right.
then it just it just engulfs you,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you feel trapped and then you feel comforted. So you're in this turmoil, this roller coaster of knowing that this is a lot of stuff. It's overwhelming, but what can I do if I let it go? Where am I going to be after that?
Right.
And so in the chapter, we go into her trauma. We go into her inability to let things go. And so with that, you take that journey with her. You examine where it started,
Mm-hmm.
and then once she comes out of it and triumphs and knows that she is enough, she can go on. And so that's what my chapter is about: hoarding made easy, no quick fix.
Now, see, with me, hoarding, I take on a whole lot of stuff myself. And
Hmm.
I just went through trying to go through my basement, right? It's been a
Okay,
very
okay.
trial and error situation because there's
Yeah.
stuff down there that, it brings back memories.
Mhm.
You're like, okay, I
Yep.
can't replace this. So you hold on to it
Exactly.
and things like that. So I'm kind of learning and adjusting
Mhm.
because, well, first of all, my hoarding situation is paper. Okay. So
Okay.
I can admit
Okay.
to that.
Okay.
It's paper because
Yes.
my dad felt, he told me, you hold on to some
Mhm.
things and just in case you may need it. Well, my holding
Right.
on has been since about 2000, maybe 1999, um, of
Okay.
stuff that I
Okay.
have that my
Right. Right.
husband, he shakes his head every time. He's like, look, just get rid of it. Let it go. But I'm like, but we might need that.
Exactly.
But that's a bill from
Exactly.
when? So
Mhm. Okay.
we don't even live there
But
no more type of situation.
right.
So
Right.
yeah.
But look, you never know. They may come looking for you. And that's the mentality that we were raised on. And it's just something that we're so used to doing that it's that anxiety of, oh my gosh, if I throw it away and then I need it, what am I do?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
you know? Yes, yes.
So I do
But
understand and 100% get
mhm.
it
Yes.
because I do have that. I don't call it. What? Okay, coming from a standpoint from you, what would you call it? How would you label hoarding?
I would label hoarding as traumatic distress
Okay, so
because you go from the euphoria of having it and then the disappointment in yourself that you've let things get so far out of hand to now you're controlling every aspect of it. Well, nobody's gonna come in and take over. I control this. This is my stuff. So that's that control. So it's so traumatic. Every aspect of it is just mind-boggling because you wouldn't think that just one simple thing, like you said, like the bill, right? And you don't even live in the same house anymore. So why can't you let go of that bill? Because you have been conditioned that the only way to make sure that your stuff is legally sound and that you have paid for it and to give that proof is to have that paper. But what do they do now? Everything is automated, computerized, so they don't even want paper. They want you to actually, stop using paper, but we're so conditioned that, look, if I get rid of this paper and they need to find something, what if they have a glitch? So all of these things, that traumatic distress just takes over. And it even when you come out of it, and, I'm finding each day the battle, the holiday, right? Black Friday, Cyber Monday. If you could just understand the distress I'm in of having myself controlled not to purchase anything because I don't need to purchase anything. It's so traumatic. The distress is crazy, and people just don't, you don't really dive into how much you are affected by this disorder, and it's something that we're all privy to, and that was something else I didn't understand, that we're all privy to it because we all have habits. And then it just, if something happens that is an emotional, traumatic distress, anxiety based, we latch onto our things. The things become our comfort. And that's how we get sucked in.
Okay, so I'm coming to you. I need some therapy, right?
Okay.
How would you help me out with my therapy in trying to get rid of this paper?
So I would come to you and ask you, if there was a fire and it took out all these old papers, what would you be able to do?
Not a goddamn
Nothing,
thing.
right?
No.
Right. If you throw out that piece of paper that's a bill from a house that you have moved on from, that you have elevated from, what are they going to do to you? And you're not even in that house.
Yeah, I don't think about it like
Nothing.
that. Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
That is true.
We have to start learning to process, even though it seems like, oh no, I don't have any time, I can't do all that, that's too much thinking. No, actually, it's the best medicine. You have to give every moment that process of pro and con. Because if you don't, then look, you just buying, saving everything, and then you're stuck. You're just stuck in that same frame of mind, and you can't get out.
Yeah, because I did notice how it trickled over to my children. In that
Yes.
aspect. It may not be the same thing that I hold on to, but I notice certain things that they hold on to.
Absolutely.
So I take the full responsibility for that one. And then
Yes.
it's just about trying to get them to relinquish certain things. So
Absolutely.
I'm starting. I did because
Okay.
when I did it, I was in that
Okay.
basement and I said, okay, I said, babe, all of this stuff right here needs to be shredded. It needs to go. I have a whole bunch of stuff. I said, all of this right here is trash. And I've gotten to a
Okay.
point
Okay.
where I said, if it's not pictures,
Mhm.
and things like that, then just let
Mhm.
it go.
Right.
Just let it
That's
go.
right. And that's the win. And that's what you have to also realize is that every step, every thought process into how are we going to eradicate all this stuff, that's a win. Every time, and everybody thinks that, oh yeah, once you get everything out, that's the win. No, the win is that you make the realization that there's an issue,
Mm-hmm.
and then you start to process and make plans to get rid of it,
Mm-hmm.
to elevate above it. And
Mm-hmm.
so, and even identifying that it has also gravitated onto your children,
Mm-hmm.
because I struggle with that too, that it has moved on to my girls,
Mm-hmm.
and and it just has developed in them, like you said, not in the same way, but you can see it. You
Mm-hmm.
can already see it, even if it's just an extra container somewhere, an extra hanger over there,
Mm-hmm.
and that hanger is broken. What they keeping it for? So it's the win of, I can identify that this is a problem and we have got to take hold of it. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the win. That's the win,
So
you know.
besides that part, and then being able to contribute your story to her story anthology,
Mm.
what else do you do?
So I am also a fairly new organizer of a nonprofit organization. I am my brother's keeper.
Mm-hmm.
And what spearheaded that was my sister, who passed in 2018, and my brother. They both suffered from manic depression,
Mm.
and my brother is manic depressive and bipolar.
Mm.
And it was always, misunderstood, not
Mm-hmm.
only from outside but also from inside. I had to learn, what was these disorders about, what made it so that it was them, because I'm the baby, they're in the middle, and then, we have an older sister, and
Mm-hmm.
so because they're in the middle, they were affected. And so between that and the fact that when my brother has these episodes, he does not want to stay in a program. He has and is now homeless.
Mm.
And so I just wanted to do something. I wanted to be proactive. And I thought about it for years
Mm-hmm.
and didn't even realize I was doing things on the side. I worked at the airport, and every time we had like this big function and had food, we fed the homeless that was at the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime, there was something at the church where it was an outreach, I was in that. So I was gradually gravitating toward helping those in need. And so last year, when we were all spiraled into our development, our awakening,
Mm-hmm.
this was the pivotal moment for me to start the process of, building this organization to help those who suffer with mental illness and homelessness, and to remove the stigma that is attached to it, because we're all affected by it in some way or another. And so I just felt the need to do this. And so I go on social media and I have programs all week. I do monthly meetings where we do things to uplift and motivate and to let others know that they matter, and these things are attainable to them, and to advocate for their wellness. And so I have been just thriving and working toward this, and we're actually building. I've got my tax ID number, and then the next step is to be an official 5013C. So, so it's moving, it's thriving. And when you think that, Lord, how'd you pick me? I can't do this. Yes, you can. He's picked you to do this for a reason. And I believe that even though I was struggling with my hoarding, it was also part of rebuilding myself, assessing what I needed to do to help not only myself, but also to help others. And so I've just been branching out in that way.
Okay, so tell all of our listeners how they can get in contact with you to be either, some type of volunteer, or to donate to your organization, to, make things just a little bit easier, with a community helping to make things better for the community.
Yes, thank you so much. And so they can reach me on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, which is I Am My Brother's Keeper nonprofit organization. We also have a Facebook group on Facebook, which is the same, I Am My Brother's Keeper nonprofit organization. Or you can contact me via Instagram. Also, I Am My Brother's Keeper 2126.
Awesome. So I like to again congratulate you in being a contributing author to her story anthology, and I wish you the most best in all that you do, and keep helping our people and letting them know that the stigma has to go. It has to go, and that it's okay.
That's right. It's
Thank
okay. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
Thank you for this opportunity.
You are so welcome. You have a great evening.
Thank you. You too. Be blessed.
You too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.